Hello, Virgo. How are you? Hey, Happy New Year. We are going to see with Jehovah's reflections for 2022 for a prophetic word for you. Because he wants to show his children what's going to happen before it happens, okay? So we are going to do inner and outer reflections for inner and outer. We're going to pull some chakra cards so he can get a better view and tell you what it needs to work on, but glue comes to mind there. Wow. And then we're going to pull some extra tarot just for some extra clarification or an outcome or whatever he wants to do, and then we'll wrap it up, okay? Anyway, hi, how are you? I've been praying for you. I've been so proud of you and your progress lately. And don't forget that no matter how small or big your progress is, it is still progress. So stop beating yourself up. Stop giving you that self-guilt, because it's just going to keep you positively producing those negative thoughts, which we don't want. We want you to positively be producing positive thoughts, okay? So let's get this inner reflection going. Yehovah for Virgo here, 2022. Thank you. That was sure quick, wasn't it? Okay, Yehovah, Virgo for, wow, lots of cards there for outer reflection. So, wow, 111, I mean, he has me tuned into you like that, sis or brother, okay? He is like, boom, boom, boom. This is exactly what happens. This needs what to go on. And so let's just get right into this, because I've never felt such an output to be able to just go boom, boom and have it right off the bat. So let's dig right in. This first card here, this inner reflection, is your Two of Hearts. And this is fantastic because whether it's positive or negative, whoa, sorry, Lord. Ooh, whether it's positive or negative, you still have this balance of masculine or feminine energies. And this is your scales, really. And, you know, you might be a Virgo, Libra, cusp here, I'm kind of guessing or feeling. However, that Libra energy, that justice energy is supposed to be coming in 2022 to be able to help you and will weigh and measure you. And here's the deal, is that you're having a really hard time getting through this spiritual awakening or be able to, take personal accountability for these spiritual consequences from the past to be able to successfully weigh and measure you now in the future because of 8 of Wands, this constant interference, this constant bad communication. However, this isn't necessarily just from the 3D. It could be from your divine counterpart. It could be from the ex that got away. It could be from someone who just completely makes you barf in your mouth and then you have to swallow it before you're like, hi. Blech. 222 right there. Balance is coming in for 2022 here, Virgo. So that is beautiful. However, what's going on is that you're also having this mental interference. These 8 of Wands is negative communication between both sides of your heart here. Both sides of your emotions and masculine energies are not working well together with your feminine energies. And so 2022 is going to be able to bring a lot of that fresh air to clear all those negative toxins out, these negative ions that keep positively producing, because that's what you are allowing, okay? That energy is not dead. If it was dead, it would be vaporized and it would no longer exist. If it's negative, it can still produce positively to the fact where it's just producing more and more and more and more, but it's a negative polarization. And that's not what you want, because that negative polarization is eventually going to just turn your heart completely upside down. And this is the power of God, and this is the power of Satan. And here's the deal, is that both of these need to be able to balance themselves out, and they don't need to be two of the same, okay? Especially if it's towards the power of Satan, because you're never going to win there. Ace of Wands, yeah, look at that. That's a whole new start, this whole new spiritual potential for you within this 10 cups here, yeah. And that makes so much sense, because this 2 of Cups here, it's like you're not only wanting to heal your heart, but you're wanting to heal your heart for this future adventure, this future potential spiritually with someone that understands you fully, someone who takes the time to understand you and who will actually listen to you when you talk, when you become vulnerable and you actually sit there on the couch forever, or maybe have a glass of wine, but you're snuggling, you're cuddling face to face. You know, they kind of just do that thing where they put your hair behind your ear, or, you know, maybe they just she puts her hand on your knee because you're a dude, and it doesn't matter. It's just that constant, real click electrical connection that no matter what time of night it is, you guys can just always talk. And then you don't realize, wow, it's been 3 or 4 hours later and you're still just sitting there. It's that kind of connection. And that's what's really coming in for you, is because there's so much spiritually connected here with this 10 of Cups, because this is like you're in love, your wildest dreams coming true. And 2022 is really going to bring that for you, because overall is 10 Cups with that 2 of Cups here. So you really have these 3s, is how to work with yourself in this self-love club that you've really been joining lately. And I love that, because right here within this outer reflection, so what happens when you are manually producing positive electrons and bringing in those higher vibrations for you, and you're able to clear it all out, all those negative ions out of your tower, open up your third eye, and now project positively. Now your tree is fruitful and blooming this way. And what happens is that chariot is going to take off, and you're going to see such a change in your outside world. Thank you, Jehovah, for having my back with that confirmation from a text message coming in. Thank you. That is fast, quick communication, and here it is. You're going to see such a huge change in your 5D world, that this photosynthesis of the heart that's taking place here, because you're really restoring it by way of trying to dodge this negative drama. You don't want to be a part of it anymore because you realize how sick it made you, and you don't want to stay back there. You want to take care of your chariot, your vehicle, your flesh here. And what happens when you don't take care of yourself is that you're sitting here back in that Eight of Wands, by way of that Ace of Wands, this potential to have receiving negative or positive communication by way of your body. And what happens when you have an electrical short in your car? It doesn't drive right? It keeps shutting off. You got to pull over. It's completely stressful. Well, that's what's happening inside of your body here when you're not working with yourself. When your masculine and your feminine energies are supposed to work together, and then they're acting like cats and dogs, your body's not going to work well either. And your chariot is going to be able to feel the change as well. When this photosynthesis of the heart happens, Virgo, you're going to be able to see this huge change physically, and you're going to be able to take off in the positive, because that 7 of Swords here is really that 6 of Swords, which is also right here, this 5 of Swords. So you have 5, 6, and 7 of Swords here. So you're really sitting here and saying in your chariot, in your truth, you're standing up strong and saying, fuck you. I'm no longer going to be defensive. And defensive, yeah, because 7 of Swords, but defeated is what I meant to say first. But you're really tired of being defensive too, because you always feel like you're never understood. You're never going to be accepted, and you're the black sheep. It doesn't matter. But either way, you're not realizing that they themselves do not accept themselves. They themselves are also defensive, and that's what they've taught you to be, and they don't understand that. So why even play the game at all? Why even play the game at all with them when there's the 6 of Swords missing right there? You have to walk away emotionally, but mentally at the same time. You have to tell yourself that I'm walking away from that. I can't just sit here emotionally and be like, I'm done, because your mental strength is going to overflow this. It's going to overpower it, because it's the power of an ox. And you don't have that right now. That's why your swords here, this truth, your chariot is going to come and break away clean because of the swords here. And then look at this. Yeah, I love that. That 8 of Pentacles, because that Page of Pentacles is right here as well. That 8 of Pentacles, this balance of 4s, once you clear out these 2s and be able to even those out, that's going to project out better this way positively by way of this 2 to 10 cups, right? So this 4s are going to come in these pentacles because you defeated your 2s. You're trumping your 3s right now, trying to figure out how to defeat your 2s. So then your 2s and 3s are going to poof and work together, and it's going to bring you into this worth. You're going to be able to balance everything out and give yourself this equal give and take, and you're always going to have something to positively offer yourself. And I absolutely love that. And look at that Ace of Pentacles right there underneath the page, along with this Ace of Wands. So you're going to have something new to give yourself with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of 4s. So if you're going to have a positive Ace of Wands and an Ace of 4s, wouldn't you also have a positive Ace of 2s and an Ace of 3s, an Ace of Swords and an Ace of Cups? You're going to have it all, and you have all this potential within you, and you have it right now, but you don't see it. So that's why you have to have this 4 of Swords. You have to have this mental truth when you finally take this judgment in, and you're able to sit there and be like, yeah, I did do that, and I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I had too much interference within this illusion, within this fog of what I was projecting out in front of me. I thought I was so unworthy, so my 3D was unworthy, and it killed me. And there's that 7 of Pentacles to bring in that 1 more, to make that 8 right there, to bring in that offering, because it's no longer stalled right here. And look at this, okay? Here's this strength. This is inner and outer, and this is 7 to 8 again. So once again, that chariot, your body is giving out on you. You need to be able to make sure that you are resting. You need to make sure that you're able to give yourself plenty of sleep, drink plenty of water, eat plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables. Stop going through the drive-through. Jack in the Box is hitting me really hard right now, Virgo. In the meantime, though, you really have to start paying attention to not only your inner self here, but your outer self. And this body of yours is potentially starting to give out on you because of this stress. And trust me, I've been there. My stomach fucking killed itself, and I had to completely restart over eating last fall of 2021. No, 2020. Fall of 2020. It was November 2020. 9/11, Jehovah and Yeshua right there. Oh my gosh. So November 2020, my stomach completely shut out on itself, and I was on a liquid diet for months. I lost 40 to 50 pounds. I couldn't even keep any solid foods in. I couldn't get anything down. I had to reteach myself how to eat. Now, a year later, I'm just at pretty much a solid meal a day. If I do too many solid meals, like 2 or 3, it's too much for me, and I have a very, very hard time, and then I don't eat for 2 to 3 days after that because I'm still trying to process it. I have to be very, very careful because my body, my vehicle, my chariot gave out on me because I wasn't properly giving it the right nutrition, nourishment in the 3D and in the 5D, okay? The Hermit is also here, honey, and this is the Virgo energy itself, and you have to go inward to go outward. You have to go in to heal and to properly balance yourself from the inside out to be able to do it on the outside in. So once again, this confirmation of how can I work with myself? How can I treat myself better? How can I conquer these towers that completely come in? Because look at that 10 of Cups is right there with that Ace of Cups. Yep. Lord's restoring your fortunes, your masculine, your feminine energies, and he wants you to help you restore yourself and your body here. There's a big, huge message of taking care of your body. Page of Wands is there, which is a favorable testimony. It's an apology. Come home and spiritually feed yourself that good fueling food. Family Feud just went off in my head. That good fueling food spiritually of I'm sorry, Virgo. I love you, Virgo. I didn't mean to do that to me, Virgo. You know, talk to yourself in the mirror. Okay, you are your best friend and you are yours at the end of the day. And this 9 of Cups has to happen before that 10 of Cups and that whole restoring to be able to balance that up. Okay, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Wow, Lord, I cannot believe that. There's so much self-love and so much self-worth, so much you to take in. And look at this. Queen of Wands was stuck all the way out here, even though I moved that deck up. So that Queen of Wands, that beautiful feminine side inside of you here and also outside of you. If you're a feminine, there's a feminine side outside and a masculine or another feminine for you that's waiting to be able to offer you that 10 of Cups. If you're a masculine, it's that Queen of Wands, the one that got away, your great white buffalo, that 10 of Cups that you always wanted with them. Now you're kind of figuring out, oh shit, I need to go back and offer them something greater because I need to offer myself something greater, right? Yeah, Virgo here for chakras, Lord. Chakras for Virgo. Let's see here. Oh, I thought I just saw a flipped card, but I guess not. I just saw the completion card from the sacral chakra in my head flash. So there's cycles that are going to be ending, and absolutely it will end. You'll be able to stop feeling certain ways about it because what's going to happen is that these cycles are going to be completed anyway. And so if they're completed, why would that energy be producing still? It's not, because you're going to let it die off. You're going to let it proceed and turn and reconfigure itself as it physiologically fuses into positive energy and therefore produce more as you move on in the next chariot, the next strength. Okay. Also, your chariot goes back in Hebrew to the fence, the way that this communication can travel, and it's really going back to your tendons and your ligaments and your tower and your flesh scientific test tube here. And so this is another confirmation of taking bubble baths and Epsom salt baths and just being able to make sure that you're restoring your joints and, you know, daily massages if you need to. Stretching is very, very important, but it's another reason that the Lord's bringing it through my spirit is to take care of your body. You'll be able to sleep better that way too, especially if you do it in the morning and at night. And I'm going to start doing it too, actually. So here, my dear, your heart chakra and your third eye are right here. And this is beautiful because this is positive and this is just more confirmation, Lord, thank you, of this self-worth and this self-love club that you're totally getting into. Okay, you're opening your heart chakra because you're seeing that it's worthy of growing. It's worthy of being restored and having this new energy. And you're seeing clearly now the illusion is being ripped off. This photosynthesis of the heart is happening now. So this form can grow within inside of you, this energy, this newfound glory that you're just now finding, that's giving you so much gratitude inside your heart that both feminine energies inside of you, positive and negative, are blending and refusing together to be able to give you the brightest future, to make all of those 10s happen for you and come true better than you ever expected before. Yeah, look at that. That third eye is opening up once again. This is just going to constantly want to refuel you, empower you in the power of forgiveness, because that's how Jesus teaches you. Forgive yourself anyway, and you'll be gratitude because you'll be full of grace and mercy and realize that you were unworthy of it because of all the things that you've done, because you'll start to spiritually feel this photosynthesis of the heart change, and it will just refuel you over and over by God's sunlight, right? Within your tower here. And if it's not going to be able to be held down in your tower by low ions, it's going to keep positively producing upwards. It can't stay down. It has to go up. And therefore, when you consistently are able to clear those truth outs which are there, all that's going to happen now is just more growth and more spiritual abilities, more gifts will come in, and you'll be able to use your discernment more and more and more when anything ever happens again. Okay, that's great, Virgo. That brings in so much balance, and all you have to do is just forgive. And it's super, super simple, but it's also super, super scary. But you're at the point where this spiritual backbone is coming in because your heart, you just really want to be loved, man. You just want to be loved. Yeah, I get it. All right, Jehovah. Last final outcome messages here for 2022 Virgo. Yeah, look at that. You really are going to be stepping into your truth no matter what, whether it's feminine energy or King of Swords, because they're both here. Queen of Swords would have to be too in order to reproduce and move on. So we have to look at 3 doors ahead and 3 doors behind. And right now, you just want to be up in your truth in your most righteous way for the great one. And that is beautiful. And that is amazing, because you're finally starting to see the more that you trump these truths, the more that you're spiritually able to divide yourself from that power of Satan, and the more that receives abundantly blessings to be able to offer you more within these pentacles, because you're seeing it here for sure. Yeah, look at that. King of Pentacles. Look at, there you are, Virgo. Your wildest dreams are coming true. So I hope your free will chooses to balance yourself this year. You have so much to look forward to, and this is what you've always wanted. Love you. Wounds into light.